Patrick Kincaid, back for lesson 8.02. We're talking about differentiating your products from competitors. Okay, it's a little bit more theory on why we want to differentiate our products at all, but mostly, how that pertains to us competing in the marketplace. Okay, so that's what we're going over right now. There's going to be 3 points in this quick discussion. First, it's all about beating your competition. That's what we're talking about here. Okay, we're not operating in a market all by ourselves. We're not coming up into a place where products are being sold and we're inventing something that's never been sold before. Private labeling on Amazon is all about finding something that people are already looking for, and then we're going to differentiate our version of it to make it different enough to where we actually kind of have our own little market within the broader product market for that product. But it still has solves the same problems, the same overarching problem, or it gives the same benefit to the original product idea that we had, right? We're just maybe adding, enhancing, all those things we went through in the last lesson. But people don't come to Amazon to look for new things to buy. They're not looking for new inventions. They already know what they want when they're coming to Amazon, and they're coming to Amazon to find the best option that answers all their problems and answers all their concerns and gives them what they need, sometimes even before they know they need it. If we put the right product in front of them that's been differentiated properly and that is different than everybody else around us, they'll grab ours. Okay, so it's all about beating your competition at this differentiation game. Researching other products in your market is point number 2 we're going to talk about. And then number 3, using a feature comparison matrix. Our first tool with your first homework from this module. All right? There's a way to do it better. Find it. Okay? Thomas A. Edison said this. Thomas A. Edison. Didn't know his middle initial was A. Thomas Edison, right? So that's what we're doing. We're finding a better way to do it, a better way to bring this product to market, a better way to make this product. So number 1, it's all about beating your competition. Okay? Real quick, you don't want to compete. Okay? We don't want to be selling the same thing. We don't want to try to compete with these people, right? We don't want to compete with these other sellers. We don't want to compete with Chinese sellers. That's why we do not go against Chinese sellers, right? We want to outperform. And the reason we don't try to compete with Chinese sellers is because we can't perform them usually on price and margin, right? So don't try, okay? But we've already validated our products, so we know that we're not going down a road that we don't need to go down. So we need to compete. We don't need to compete, we need to outperform. Differentiation is all about being different. Not trying to do the same thing your competitors are, but being different. This will make it easy to stand out and leave them all in the dust, right? I quite often say we want to bring something to market that our customers didn't even know they needed until they seen ours. A version of something that they didn't know that they needed. A new feature that they didn't know they needed until they see ours. There's a few people we're going to get input from. Most of our customers, hopefully, were either thinking in the back of their minds that they needed this feature or whatever change we did to it, or they actually have already thought, I'm going to go find this product on Amazon, but I could really use this different version. I hope it's there, right? And then we're going to be that version. Second point there, be first to market with a better product. Now, this is such a biggie, right? So often my clients, other sellers I watch through the years, I have a lot of clients that I help, right? And some of them come to me with their ideas already. Many of them, like you, were going through the process of finding an idea together. Now, I have had countless ideas of my own through the years. Have you ever thought of, man, it would be really cool if I could have this thing in my kitchen that could answer this problem that I have? Have you ever thought, we've all done this, right? Over the years, you think of things, of products that would serve the world well. Mostly it starts with it would serve you well, right? Inventing things. I'm sure you've had those moments. And then years will pass and all of a sudden you'll see your idea for the first time years after you had that idea. You'll see it out in the world. You'll see it at the store. You'll see it at someone's house. You'll see it available. And I don't know about you, but I like try as hard as I can to kick myself from behind for not having gone forward with that idea before. I've had countless ideas like that. Well, what's cool is we're now in the business of kind of being able to find innovative product ideas, innovative renditions of a product, and bring those to market, right? It's kind of cool because now we don't have to kick ourselves later. But that time frame that passed, if you waited, if you know, in that example I gave, if you thought of an idea of an invention of a new product, of a new rendition of a product, and you didn't act on it, which is probably what happened in my example, that's what happened, then you didn't get it to market and someone else did. Someone beat you to the punch. That's all about being first to market, and that's really crucial here in the e-commerce world, especially on Amazon. You got to be first to market. So a great idea is one thing. A great differentiated product that's been validated, that is a great place to get to. But you can't just take that idea and think that you can take 9 months or a year to get it out there and you'll be fine. I see this all the time. People drag their feet, they take too long to source it and have it shipped and create it, manufacture it and launch it and all that. They take so long extra that by the time they get to market, what was differentiated, and they were the only ones with that idea back when they were in the stage we're at right now, they were the only ones, there was nobody else out there with this differentiation point of this product on Amazon. By the time they got it to market, there was 20 of them. 20 competitors already out there that beat them to market. You got to be first to market. You got to move fast. So Amazon private label moves fast. That's why you got to move fast. Don't forget your Pareto principle, right? Get that 80-20. Get 80% of it right. In other words, get it mostly right, because you can always hone in after you launch. You can always make it better after you launch. You want to get it mostly right, okay? But don't do that last 20% that's going to slow you up for 3 more months, because you got to wait to get the most perfect box or the most perfect, you know, that feature's got to be just right. I want it made out of bamboo. I don't want it made out of balsa wood, right? Well, you need to stop along the way. If it's taken too long to do every little tiny step, speed it up, okay? Speed it up. You got to be first to market. With every passing year, the competitors are getting faster and faster and faster at figuring these things out. Hopefully we're differentiating well enough to where you will set yourself apart enough with your differentiation that you know you won't have to move at lightning speed, right? Because we're thinking out of the box far enough that you know we're kind of at an elevated level of differentiation. That's what we're going for here. That's why you're sitting through all these lessons and you're getting on calls with me and we're walking through this in great detail. It's so we can really get you differentiated in a place that's going to really win and that's different than everybody else, okay? We still got to be first to market though. Point number 2, researching other products in your market. So you got to know what your competitors are already doing. How are you going to know if something's different? How are you going to know that if your feature that you're adding or whatever doesn't exist out there? You know, how are you going to know that it's a new, different thing? You need to know what is already being offered. You need to know what your competitors are already doing, okay? So we use a tool for this. It's called the Feature Comparison Matrix. It's a long, fancy phrase. Basically, it's a spreadsheet where we go look at our competitors and we indicate on the spreadsheet the different features that exist in each of our competitors' brands, right? In each of our competitors' products, okay? We want to repeat what is working when we come up with our new product, our different product rendition. We want to repeat what is working. You don't want to just go all new stuff on it, you know? If you're doing a phone case and all the other phone cases out there already have the corner guards, right? Already have the corner guards on the case. They probably already all have them because it's working. People like those. They want those. In fact, I know when I order a phone case, I want the corner guards. So don't innovate so much that you forget to take advantage of what is working. You got to keep what is working there, because you don't want to scare people away when they don't see that feature, right? But your differentiation point maybe you may be the first person to have the little flip out thing on the back, so you can lean it on the table. Imagine if you were that guy that figured out that differentiation. They probably crushed it as long as they were first to market and did it well and quick. So repeat what is working, and that's what the feature comparison matrix is going to help us to do. It's going to help you to see your competitors' products and all the features that they already have, right? So we'll know what to repeat, and we'll know what doesn't exist yet. And then you want to innovate to fulfill the needs of your customers not being met. So innovate, it's a verb. Innovate is to make changes in something established, especially by introducing new methods, ideas, or products. Okay? So to make changes in something established. It's not to completely change, right? Because remember, people aren't coming to Amazon to look for brand new things to buy. Most of them aren't, okay? Most of the time when you pull out your phone and you're going to go look for something on the Amazon.com app, you already know what you're needing, right? You just got a new phone. My wife just got a new phone today. She already needs a case. She's pulling out her phone, her new phone, and looking on Amazon.com for a case. Okay. All right. So researching other products in your market and seeing what they're doing good and right already, so we can keep doing those things, and then knowing what they're not doing yet, so when we see those new ideas of ways to differentiate, we'll know that it's a new idea. Okay, that's why we have to look at our competitors and look at them in detail. All right, and we'll go over here that feature comparison matrix in a minute, and I will show you in the real seller scenario in lesson 8.05 how to actually fill that out. So using a feature comparison matrix, number 3. So I'm just going to read, oftentimes if we dive deep into our competitors' products' functionalities, we can uncover some key areas of differentiation and helpful points of weakness. A simple table spreadsheet can be a helpful tool for comparing each competing product's capabilities. We can group features and use colors for evaluation markers in order to spot trends in a long list of features. Potential points of differentiation will pop out, right? And as you can see here in this feature comparison matrix, we've got the various brands. That's your competitors. You know, brand A, brand B, brand C, brand D, brand E. That's your various competitors on the top, on the column headers up there on the top. And then you've got the different feature groups. So for the phone case example, maybe our first feature group is materials, right? And maybe we got PVC as one feature. Maybe we've got rubber bumpers. So, you know, you got PVC and you got rubber, and then maybe there's a wood panel. So those would each be features, and you would go through each of your competitors and check off if they have those. And you'll see at the end of that, okay, of my 6 competitors, my 5 top competitors or my 6 top competitors, 3 of them had only a PVC case. 2 of them had rubber bumpers added, and 1 of them had a bamboo panel on the back, in addition to all the other the rubber bumpers and the PVC materials that it's made out of. Okay, so that's like one feature group. The next feature might be waterproofness, right? You may have waterproofness as a feature group, and it may be waterproof, not waterproof. That would be in the feature group, that would be the 2 features that you would check off as you went across, and looked at each of your competitors. Now you may ask, like, how do I know what these features are and these feature groups are? Well, just by looking at what's out there. We're just simply looking at the first product and like kind of analyzing what makes up that product. What are the different features it has? You can go look at their bullets and their listing, and you can see right there where they'll talk about the different features, talk about the different benefits of the product, and you break those out into groups with individual components underneath each one of them. One of these might be size, right? They might have 8 variations on that phone case, brand A might, and so they might all be different by phone model, right? So your one feature group might be iPhone model, And then feature A, B, C, D, E, and F is going to be iPhone 8, iPhone 9, iPhone XR, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus, 11 plus, 12 plus, you know. So you can see here, and then you can look across the different brands, and as you're checking off those boxes on all those brands as you're looking at them, you can see which brands are offering, you know, how many of them are covering all of the Apple phone models. Maybe some of them are only doing the pluses, right? But you'll be able to see that once you start checking those boxes off. And when we look at this later, you can really see, okay, you know what? All of these guys are kind of doing like one of the years, but no one's doing the new year phone model, right? Or no one's doing only pluses. And so they're mixing too many things together. They're not getting the whole pluses. The plus phone case needs to be different because it's bigger. It needs to be thinner, right? But if they're making out of the same materials as the phone case is for the regular size, you know, 12 and not the Pro Max 12, then it's going to be a thicker case because it's such a bigger phone, right? So maybe you're going to come in, you're going to differentiate with thinner materials, but with those rubber bumpers still, because you're going to be a Pro Max, the big size phone case expert. You're only going to deal with Pro Max sized phones in all those years, okay? I just thought of that, right? Just came up with that real quick, but that's the type of things you learn by doing a feature comparison matrix, okay? So it seems like a tedious thing to do. It's the first time you do it, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh. It can be a little bit complicated if you make it so, but you just simply need to go competitor product by competitor product, and list out all the features that they have going down that, going down the table there, okay? And then once you got them all listed out for them, you're obviously going to check all the boxes accordingly. Then you go to the next competitor, and you're going to look down all the features you already have written down. You're going to check the boxes that applies to the second competitor, and anything new that they have that the first competitor didn't have, you're going to add that to the list, right? You're going to add that to the feature list, okay? By the time you're done, you're going to have all the features that are available grouped on all 5 competitors. And then you're going to be able to see all the check marks, and you'll be able to see, okay, a majority of them are offering this. Only a couple of them are offering this. So, and none of them are offering this, right? Like if you had the waterproof thing in there, obviously you put a waterproof feature down. The alternative to being waterproof is not waterproof, or maybe different levels of waterproofness, right? If your niche is phone cases like I'm talking about, you're gonna know that a big selling point, a big feature of phone cases is the waterproof rating, the IPX6, the IPX7, or what, you know, I may not be getting those right, but you know, how deep you can take phone in this case and not get water in. So that stuff's gonna pop out on your feature comparison matrix as you get it completed with all your competitors down there. Okay, so that's my breakdown on the feature comparison matrix, and you're going to have access to that here in a minute. So don't impersonate, innovate. Okay, Conor McGregor. Don't impersonate, innovate. Action item number 1. Here we are. Make a copy of your brand new, you don't have it yet, MPL product differentiator, otherwise known as the POD. Okay, we're going to use this workbook for more than just our feature comparison matrix that you're going to do. It's got a lot of sheets in it. It's like our 4th tool that we've given out to you, and each of them has individual sheets for different things we're doing, right? So you want to get a copy of that by clicking the link in the lesson description down below. Okay. Then you want to open your pod. All right, and then you want to compare the features of your top competing products in your market using the feature comparison matrix sheet. So one of those first sheets down there at the bottom is the feature comparison matrix. You can see that here on the screen. It is like so, okay? Again, I'm going to go through this real quickly in the real seller scenario so you can see me do this with an actual product. I just talked through the phone case example, but you'll be able to see me using the pod feature comparison matrix live, and you'll be able to see what those results can be and how that can help us. All right. Okay. So here's a detailed explanation of how to use that feature comparison matrix. I know I'm giving you a few different ways to see in detail how to use this tool. Yes, I'm going to show you in the real seller scenario. Yes, I explained verbally through the example just now. And yes, you have this slide here. You can look at this breakdown, which gives you the steps A through I there to get it done. Okay, I'm not going to read through these right now, but I will go to the bottom here, and at the end, we're going to be asking questions, and we're going to be able to answer them from the results of this. Are there any features that all sellers have? Are there any features that perhaps only one or two have? Are there features that you discovered in your social media explorations that customers are looking for that maybe aren't on here at all? Now, let me note here, you probably haven't done social media explorations yet, or if you have, you're going to be doing more of them because it's coming up in one of the next lessons, showing you how to get out there into the world and find what customers are looking for. So that's what you're going to be able to know by looking at your feature comparison matrix of what's existing on Amazon. You're going to be able to know what exists, so when you see something new, you'll know that it's new, right? That's the whole point of this. We're trying to figure out something new, something different that doesn't exist yet. All right, and again, we're showing you how to find out what exists already. All right, so make note of features you can include to crush your competition. Cool. Cool. That's what we want to do. All right, well, that buttons that up. You got your homework, your first action item of this module on differentiation. Hopefully this has served you well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. See you soon.